English, or side spin, is a term used to represent the horizontal spinning motion of the cue ball. Whereas follow and draw have the ability to alter the path of the cue ball as it makes contact with an object ball, English changes the angle of the cue ball as it rebounds from a cushion. Striking the cue ball off-center causes it to spin in a horizontal motion. The quantity of spin is dependent on several factors, the primary one being how far from the center the cue ball is struck. Striking the cue ball towards its outer edge will generate the most spin. Often you'll hear people refer to English as inside and outside English. Here we can see two opposite cut shots. Inside English refers to striking the cue ball on the same side as the direction of the cut shot, while outside English refers to striking the opposite side of the cue ball. Notice how each type of English is specific to the direction of the cut shot. Here we have an example where the 7 ball is sitting along the short rail. The natural roll after contact with the object ball will drive the cue ball into the 8 ball. Since the result of the situation is difficult to predict and could present a negative outcome, English can be used to avoid this situation altogether. Although there are several options here, the easiest way to get shape on the next shot is to use outside English. In this case, outside English is right English. This will allow you to pull the cue ball back towards yourself while avoiding running into the 8 ball. The problematic situation is avoided, and you'll be able to proceed to the next shot without difficulty. Let's repeat this example, but this time the path of the 8 ball to the right corner pocket will be blocked by the 9 ball. Although you could attempt to use outside English again and settle for a combination shot on the 9 ball, a much better option would be to use inside English this time. By striking the cue ball on its left side, the cue ball will roll out past the 8 ball. This allows the 8 ball to be pocketed in the near corner, in the process avoiding any complications that would have been presented by the combination shot. The 8 ball and 9 ball are now easy targets. As we just discovered, English is an extremely useful tool. Of course, things are never as simple as they first appear. When applying English, the outer edge of the cue ball must be struck. Since the ball is round, contact on the ball's outer edge offers very little friction. The cue stick pushes through the cue ball, simultaneously pushing the cue ball to the side. The result is an undesirable effect known as cue ball deflection. The more English used, the more deflection occurs. Unfortunately, this cannot be prevented. To counter this, an adjustment in aim must be made. How much compensation you make depends on many things, including the type and speed of your stroke, the quantity of follow-through, the elevation of the cue stick prior to contact with the cue ball, the distance to the object ball, as well as the type of cue stick you play with. If this sounds complicated, it's likely because it actually is. Cue ball deflection is one of the most difficult aspects of pocket billiards and can take years to master. You've likely seen many advanced players miss a shot that didn't seem difficult. This is likely due to improperly compensating for the deflection. English is definitely worth taking the time to master. Be cautious and use it sparingly, slowly adding more spin to your shots as you become comfortable with the level of deflection.